Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request. This time for Bobby. Thank you so much for that, man. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics, reactions, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the film Attack Force Z, which I had heard of this film for quite a few years because it's one of the first films starring Mel Gibson. Which I know Mel Gibson later on said he wasn't a fan of the movie. And I honestly can't blame him after watching it. But you also have a very young Sam Neill. You have John Philip Law, he was in a lot of Italian films. Now, I guess originally this was going to be directed by Philip Noyce. This is a guy that go on to direct Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, Dead Calm, which had Sam Neill in it. But there's some kind of argument, I forget if it was over an extra or over the screenplay, but either way, he got let go, and you got this guy named Tim Burstall, Tim Burstall, what people call a journeyman director. In other words, shoot the camera, shoot it, print it, move on, not much in terms of steel or vision. This is a movie that doesn't know if it wants to be at times a gun-ho action movie or some somber reflection of war. Really, it's to show how by the end this group called Z fucking sucked at their job. That's what I looked from it, but I'll get to that in a minute. So Z is the secret ops of the Australian Armed Services. It takes place in 1945, where this 5-man unit, including Mel Gibson, who's the leader, Sam Neill, John Philip Law, and 2 other guys, they get into this island via submarine, they unpack, they get to the island, and almost as soon as they get there, one of their men gets shot and wounded, his kneecap is busted. So for some reason, they decide to shoot their man. Some would say it's a mercy killing. Some would say, well, in case he... No, I still don't understand why you would shoot the guy. The guy could move. He could breathe. He could watch. He could shoot. You'd have him protect the area where you need to fucking go for your mission. The guy was very much still in use, and he had a busted kneecap, but he wasn't dying, so you can't call him mercy killing. You can't say, well, the enemy might get him, because didn't they have like cyanide pills and such of that nature back in the day if they really need to do it? So for some reason, they have Sam Neill shoot him. Why? I don't know. I don't think that really made a lot of sense. It actually made the Z group look really shitty. Even more so, they come across a farmer, like a rice farmer. Because it's an island of Japanese troops, but there's Chinese islanders there. And they come across this farmer, and John Philip Law speaks that language, gets some info. The guy's, okay, good luck, he's ready to leave. Then John Philip Law's like, hey, wait a minute. And then you hear a gunshot, so you get the idea that they killed that guy as well. An innocent farmer. Wow, what great fucking heroes, or I guess we're not meant to look at them as heroes. What great lead characters we have. They killed one of their own who only had a busted kneecap, and they shot an innocent farmer that gave the information you wanted, was on your side, and you murdered him. Well, in case someone tossed it. Then honestly, you shouldn't have talked to him in the first place. You should have done your fucking research, and I don't know, it's an island. Search for the motherfucker yourself. Or find someone who you know is the enemy, get him to talk, and then shoot him. Just get 2-for-1 special. You get information, and he's the enemy, you shoot him. Not an innocent fucking farmer. So I'm like, fuck these guys. Fuck all these guys. Now, Mel Gibson, very, very young Mel Gibson, he's not bad, but he's pretty two-dimensional character. There's really nothing to him. There's none of the it factor you see in the Mad Max films, or, of course, there's a lot more to his character as Riggs in Lethal Weapon 1 through 4. There's really nothing to his character. He just follows the rules. He has a job to do. It feels like he barely has any dialogue, at least any noteworthy dialogue. He's kind of just there being the leader, shoots a couple people. That's it. There's really nothing to him. Again, sorry about that. There's really nothing to him. I apologize for the clear of the throat. It's Texas. It's like 200 degrees out. Dry as hell weather. Try to drink as much water as possible, so I apologize for that. And Sam Neill has less to do, although he has a couple decent dialogue bits. In one particular where there's a choice of to get the village to help him or not, and Sam Neill even says, well, we wreak havoc, we leave. But them, they're left to face the music. But just, you have these two guys, Mel Gibson and Sam Neill, and it's just, whether because of the script, whether because of the director, not nearly used to their full potential. Not even close. It doesn't help that the music in this is absolutely pathetic. It does not work. Because by the end, it wants to be sort of this grim reflection of the futility of war, but the fucking music sounds like from the 1940s or from a fucking episode of F Troop. That very overdramatic music, or again, like episode of F Troop. For all two of you that remember that show, it does not work at all. Especially for a war film shot in the 80s, it's supposed to be, again, serious. So the four, after they kill one of their own men and the innocent farmer, the four wander around, they find these Chinese islanders, a father, his daughter, some Japanese troops come by, they immediately get into a battle, because apparently they sucked at their job at being sneaky and stealthy, so they immediately get into, well, they immediately got into a firefight at the beginning, but they get into another firefight, and the firefights are nothing special in terms of choreography, in terms of the way it's executed, the way it's choreographed, the staging of these firefights. I mean, you either gotta go buck wild and just go for broke on the body count, like Strike Commando with Red Brown. Just Red Brown screaming, ah, Dakota! You know, Dakota, was it? Dakota. Dakota! Or, I mean, you see plenty of war films, even the 80s, from Hamburger Hill and Casualties of War and Platoon. I mean, Casualties of War isn't known for his action, but, you know, little bits in there. Like the grenade that goes towards Michael J. Fox, he's got to get out of there. Brian De Palma, you know, he knew how to shoot scenes like that. This, like I said, you get a guy that kind of was just there to move the production along. There's really not much in terms of vision or style or honestly talent behind the cameras. They kill some troops. They're looking for this down plane. They later find out that there's two survivors. One of them is Japanese. And then Mel Gibson knows a little bit more than the other men. Something about this guy, they want him dead or alive, but preferably alive, because somehow this guy will help end the war quicker, because he's a defector. Now, what are the exact details of how he'll end the war quicker, I don't know, but we just take it for what it is. Meanwhile, they try to have John Philip Law and the one guy's daughter fall in love with each other, which, I don't know if this movie needed that type of love story. John Philip Law, I don't think he was as bad as some people made him out to be, but he doesn't have the it factor of Mel Gibson and Sam Neill. I'll give you that. I've seen better, I've seen worse. It just kind of in one ear out the other for me. At one point, they try to torture the daughter to where the men are. This little boy says something, but he lied in order to help some of the men out, to give more time. They talk with the villagers. What are you going to do? This guy to help end the war quicker. Either keep at what you're doing or help us get this guy out of there. And then you have this firefight at the end where it's, again, not much in terms of staging. Couple little squibs here and there, but nothing that'll make you go, oh wow, like take notice. Very pedestrian. Most of the people fucking die. Spoiler alert. Of the 4 guys, 1 dies fairly early on in the firefight. Most of the fucking villagers die. The girl's dad gets shot and killed. And almost immediately after, John Phil Law gets shot, says a few words, and dies of his wounds. Sam Neill is behind some cover, throws a grenade. He blows up a couple people who had some guns facing towards the beach they needed to go to, but Sam Neill gets shot and dies. Mel Gibson, the other survivor dies. So just Mel Gibson and the Japanese guy. Mel Gibson gets a little bit of machine gun, shoots a couple people. Gets to the boat. The Japanese folks that killed all the villagers, they come on the beach, they shoot at it. They realize it's too far away, they stop, and then they go back. Mel Gibson comes up, and the music they use, speaking of F Troop, is like very like humorous, childlike music. And then Mel Gibson turns, and the Japanese guy died. He got shot when the Japanese shot. So the mission was a fucking failure. Now, granted, he said they wanted him dead or alive, so I guess he's dead, but they wanted him preferably alive to end the war sooner. So Mel Gibson's like... Then cuts to the girl. She's the only one alive in the village. So then it's trying, again, this big futility of war type of thing. Mel Gibson's the only one who survives. The girl's around this whole village of dead bodies. It was all for nothing. This whole mission was for nothing. This whole mission was a waste of fucking time. It shows that the Australian armed services are shit. These secret ops. I mean, that's what it looked like. I mean, I'm not Australian. I would love to know what Australians think of this movie. Maybe I'm wrong. Please be my guest. But if you're Australian, I wonder what you think of this. They show your secret ops. They were shit. They don't know how to be stealthy. Hell, get the crew from Predator. They might not be stealthy, but they get the job done. I say that because if you look at this cover, that's Mel Gibson's head on fucking Arnold's body from Predator. If that body looks familiar, that's Arnold's body in Predator, but they put Mel Gibson's head on it. That's why I used that poster, because I thought that was pretty funny. Damn, Mel, when did you get Arnold's body? They literally stole Arnold's body from Predator. They put Mel Gibson's head on it. So yeah, I keep looking down. Secret Ops Australian Armed Services. I guess they were shit. That's what it seemed like in this. Again, just music that's absolutely out of place for this type of movie. Again, it feels like a 40s TV show. Mel Gibson, Sam Neill. It's nice to see them in early roles, but they'll do a lot better. Sam Neill and Dead Calm, and In the Mouth of Madness, and Event Horizon, and Jurassic Park. Mel Gibson, of course, Lethal Weapon films, The Road Warrior, hell, Maverick, Conspiracy Theory, Ransom, Braveheart. This, though, there's no development of the characters. They're as two-dimensional as you can get. Not even in terms like there's nothing personality-wise. Just like okay, Predator. People say they're two-dimensional. No, you look at the way they talk with each other in the helicopter, how they fuck with each other. Stick this up your sore ass, Blaine. And Sonny Landham's laughing. Like there's a camaraderie, personality. If you don't have development, then you need personality, or you need wit, or you need some kind of it factor. Other than, oh, there's Mel Gibson and Sam Neill before they were famous. I think Mel Gibson had just done, what, Gallipoli? But by this point? This is, what, 82? When I said you don't care for the men, I'll speak for myself. I don't care for the men because they kill one of their men that wasn't needed, and they kill an innocent farmer. The middle portion is sluggish, as they're looking for this down plane, and the guy's showing them the wrong way because he doesn't know if he should trust them. Then he finally tells them the info. Then they go back the opposite way while John Philip Law and the girl fall in love, and the girl's being tortured, and then the kid lies so that the girl stops being tortured, and John Philip Law's like, "Good job, kid. Good job on lying." That's very sluggish, not much to it, not that interesting, not that exciting, not that suspenseful. The action scenes, there's not much. I mean, I've seen TV movies have more excitement. Or hell, episodes of the A-Team have more fireworks and staging of action scenes worthwhile. Just no deaths because A-Team didn't kill people, but there's still better staged than some of this stuff. And an ending that just, like I said, it was less about the fertility war, just about, wow, Z, your group sucks. Mel Gibson's character by the end probably got fired, or what's it called, not being fired, but got ticked down the pipeline to being a janitor in Antarctica or something. You see those frozen yaks? Clean up their shit with a shovel. Here you go, Rocketansky. God damn it, Max. No wonder he got so mad by the time Mad Max came about. He was shoveling frozen yak shit and polar bear shit in the Arctic before the war happens and everyone looked for gas. No wonder he was so pissed. But yeah, Attack 4Z. Other than if you're a diehard Mel Gibson, Sam Neill fan, you want to see where they started, it's for free on YouTube. I don't know if it's there right now, but it was when I saw it. Feel free. But to me, there's not much to this. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.